Hello, YouTube world, and hello, Jason. It's good to
Hello,
have you
hello.
here today. I don't know if
Awesome.
everybody knows who you are, but you
Probably
can go
not.
ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Jason. I've worked for VIP Kids since October of 2019. Um, and I'm a teacher, been a teacher for about 19 and a half years now. Um, Live in West
Right.
Virginia. I've taught special ed most of my life. Now back into higher ed after a while taking time off from higher ed. Not by choice, but
Not by choice.
no, and it feels good to be away or out of the public school system again.
Yeah.
So I love my kids, but the system in general is just I'm glad to take a break from it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jason, first thing I want to do is say thank you for coming today. And I met Jason on YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube and yeah.
Through VIP Kid. I
Yeah.
saw way back you did like a collaboration with Casey with all the VIP Kid guys.
Mhm.
Did you do
Yeah,
that like had like a game day or something, and
yeah.
that was a lot of fun. So and you come to a lot of my videos and make comments,
Oh yeah, of
and
course, yeah.
yeah. So and then you also have your own channel, right?
Yeah, I've had one open for years and years and years that I've used for a while for my students. I kept the videos private, and then I finally started doing it myself just about a month ago, actually.
Yeah.
And so I've only been doing this about a month, technically.
Technically, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been kind of encouraging you to do it
Yeah.
because I know you have a lot of information to offer with all your experience. And
I feel like
yeah.
I'm just doing random videos, and I don't know where I'm going with it yet.
Yeah, and sometimes, I guess they say at the beginning when you're first starting out, you want to just put whatever you want on, and then eventually you might, gravitate to a certain, one subject or, an avenue
Yeah.
that you're sharing with your audience and things like that. My channel's very random because I have all these things that come on my mind, and I'm like, I don't know if this is good for my channel or not, but here we go.
Well, that's me too. Sometimes I'll video something of me just talking, and then I was like, no, I shouldn't share that.
Yeah.
So I just delete that.
Well, that's good about not going live. You can kind of delete
Yeah.
it, but even if you go live, you can go
Yeah.
back and you can go into YouTube and
Mhm.
delete something if you need
I've
to.
had to do that for it seems like every live I forget where the stop button is. So I'm pushing the button on my
Oh,
Manicam, and I'm pushing this button, and I forget. So I have to go live and then go back and edit
okay.
that last
Shorten
part
it.
of
Yeah.
me fiddling around.
Yeah. So I have, you may know from my Facebook that sometimes I talk about things that are kind of controversial. So
Yeah.
I made two lists here. Do you want to talk about the controversial stuff or do you want to talk about just the friendly stuff?
Anything you want, I guess.
I'm
I don't know.
actually just kidding.
Okay, so
I have
anything you
one
want, I
list.
guess. Okay. I was like, just lay it on me. Just like,
Really?
I
Wow.
don't
What
know.
an opportunity.
I
That's
don't know really.
great. That is a great opportunity. Okay, I will keep that in mind. But
Okay.
one of my first questions was, when did you get started? You said 2000. So how long have you been with VIP Kid then? A
It's
couple years?
it would be October at the end of this month. I would have my 2-year contract after a while,
Wow. Okay.
and so I'm hoping we push. Well, I got another. I'm on WeChat. I got another like a message from an LP that they shared to all their their people, and then I had my friend in Beijing. I said, "What does this mean?" Because the translating feature makes it all jumbled looking. Chinese
Yeah.
teaching big class live. But then he sent me a message back saying, let me see what he said to me. Because I keep messaging these things. I think he's getting tired of me asking him to translate stuff. But he said something about it looks like they're wanting to keep you all for another month or something. It says, but it seems like they're still using foreign teachers. And
Okay.
so maybe October may be with us. Who knows?
Oh, you think we're going to get another month?
Maybe. Then we get to October and they'll pull the carpet from under us.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Which I'm not, I don't
I'm not
know.
holding my breath.
I kind of thought it was a miracle from day one. So
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised, you know.
So I'm not holding my breath. I'm just take it one day at a time.
Yeah. So how did you decide to teach? I mean, you're busy. You're a teacher. Teachers work
Well,
like 24/7. How did you get into
well,
teaching for VIP Kid?
I just finished my dissertation that August. I defended it, and then I went back to work, and I noticed I had my evenings free, and Saturday mornings were free, and I wanted to earn a little bit extra income. So a friend of mine on Facebook that I went to college with years ago, I kept seeing her post like little videos of her doing VIP Kid. And so all those years I kept thinking, I should do that. And then in October, I finally sent her a message, and she gave me her referral link, and she guided me through it. And I finally was hired. So I was like, oh, okay. And so I didn't know what I was doing. I was one of those proud people who didn't ask questions. So I'll do it. And sure enough, within a week, I was hired. Like, okay, I'll give this a try. And
Yeah.
I was surprised I liked it because that's not something I normally like, just spontaneous children here and there.
Yeah.
So.
I really liked, you know, excuse me, when I first started, I thought it was all these, you know, they wanted a certain look, you know, like maybe a TV personality or something. And then when I started seeing regular people, I thought it was, you know, okay, maybe I could do this. And then I really like seeing the guys doing it, and you could see the different personality. Like they're not.
Well, I thought the same thing because all through YouTube, I kept seeing very people who would be great with elementary children.
Right.
And that's not my calling. It's not elementary ed. And so I thought maybe they wanted that peppy and like, and so, and that definitely wasn't me. And so when I got in there and started doing it, I was like, well, I'll just be myself. I tried it my first time, and the kid just looked at me like I was a weird little freak. He could tell I was being fake. He could tell I was just faking. He could tell because kids can tell.
Well,
and so finally,
that's the thing about it. Like when I first started too, I would get the headbands, and I have kids, like teenage kids, and I have a big window next to where I was teaching, and they would go outside and laugh at me and take pictures of me. I'm like, hey, you know, you can laugh at me when my money goes in the bank too.
Yeah. At the time, though, I just moved back home. I was in between places of living. So I was living at my parents' house. So here they were at 4:30 in the morning hearing me being peppy.
Yeah.
And they weren't used to me being peppy. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And so I had to tell them, oh, okay.
That's what my husband's like. You're going to have to get up at 5 a.m. This is not going to work for you. And I'm like, just watch me.
I love early morning. I can do early mornings as long as I, get to bed, a certain time. So.
Yeah. And it's, I think it's hard sometimes, but then when you get going, you enjoy working with the kids. And so, yeah. So we have Rebecca watching. Her dad teaches, which I think is cool. And he's
yes, I remember seeing him. He's a magician. I've seen his yes. He was one of the, I remember seeing a video. Somebody put a video out of, I think, was there like something he won or he did something at the best of, or
I don't know. Casey, I know, did a interview with him, and he did a TED Talk. He's preparing for a TED Talk.
I remember there's a video of someone who had the best. It was like a big science lab looking thing. A video of him.
Really?
I think like a mad. Was it him? Was it like a mad scientist or just a scientist? I can't remember what it was.
Really
and he was one of the first males I saw. Like, oh, there are males here. Yeah. And then I saw Tim, and he was the first male I saw.
Right.
And was it Mike with the beard? Those two were the first. Was it Mike? Who has the beard?
Oh, Mike. Yeah.
Yes. Those are the two I saw as men. I was like, okay, men do this too. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I tried to get my husband into it, but he just wasn't. He wasn't biting. Oh, he won the best Halloween classroom in 2016.
That's what it was. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. He won something. It looked like really neat. It's on YouTube.
Cool. Yeah. I love his personality. So, yeah. So I wanted to also, thank you. Did I say that yet? I thank you for coming to all my videos and making comments, because when you make comments, it really helps, other people to look at the videos. So when people watch a video and you make a comment, you can help the YouTubers for free. or you can give them ideas. You can so I like to go through and comment on different videos, and that's part of what can help your YouTube channel grow yourself, or you gain friends that way. You get to know new people.
Some of my first videos, I've noticed they had like 1,000 views. I was like, what in the world? And so I finally looked at the analytics, and it was like 96% from India. I was like,
really?
I was like, why are these people from India? Why are they? Because they did it like several times. I was like, why are these people from India watching my videos? Which is great.
I wondered too. I'm like, what got people to click on this video? Then I went ahead and did a car video. The car videos actually did pretty well.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't have time right now. I'll just do it this way. So I put my little holder there.
Yeah.
My first one was me holding it like this and me driving.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You'll see me go.
And then you get the blue lights.
Well, you'll see me go. Oh, cop. And put it down like this, and I'm talking, and I say, I'm good. And then I finally found my cup holder, cell phone holder. So
yeah, I have like it actually holds my phone. It's supposed to be a charging port, or your GPS holder thing, so I can just put it right there.
So living in West Virginia, it's hard to do those because they fall out because of the bumpy roads and our hills.
Oh, yeah.
And so you have to find a really, really good one, or it'll just fall on the floor.
Well, tape. There's Velcro. You could put Velcro on your.
I could do that.
Hey, if you're gonna do it every day, you got to find a way, right?
Oh yeah.
And it can't be expensive. That's.
I found like a couple. One goes in my cup holder. It's like a thing that goes up and holds my phone like that.
Okay.
So that works.
Yeah. So that's kind of funny. So I made a car video, and it actually did pretty well. I was actually a couple of them, but yeah. So Rebecca says that was cool, that he was an inspiration to you.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's the first male I saw on there. So I thought, well, no, I don't have to be a little blonde. I can be a man and do this.
Gymnastics and yeah, crazy.
I do have a video of me jumping on the trampoline doing flips. I thought about showing you that one.
Wow. During the class?
Well, no. It wasn't during a class. It was just, my videos are just sometimes just random stuff, and I may just upload that just to see if that gets more people to.
Oh, it might.
Here's a guy in his 40s
what I
doing flips.
found is if you put a wig on or a hat, it gets.
Oh, okay.
To go, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I have a big fedora, like the pimp fedoras. I have some of those I'll wear.
Yeah. Do you remember the guy that he was a VIP Kid YouTuber and he used to wear this big, huge hat?
I think so.
What was his name? I haven't seen him in a long time. And he made videos, like he would just guess what's the future, and he had some random things to talk about.
Okay,
big hat.
I think I remember someone talking about him. He predicted this or something. What's happening now? Was it him?
He's a Canadian. I can't remember his name now. I guess it's been a while, but he wore the big hat, so I finally clicked on it, and I said, I just clicked on this video because of your hat. And then he stopped wearing the hat for a few videos. And my friends like Kelly and them, they're like, he stopped wearing the hat because you commented on it. I'm like, I thought it was a good comment because
it was.
Got people to click, right?
That's the goal, get people to click and come. So
whatever works. But he had pretty good content. Yeah.
My content's just me rambling. Like that's why I call it road rambling.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting because I like your new company. I wanted to see if you I haven't watched every single word of every single video. So if I ask you a question that is already out there on your YouTube channel, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So how did you come to Engu? Is it Engu? E-N-G?
I think it's Engu.
Engu.
I think it's Engu. Well,
you said spell it with an E, right?
E-N-G-O-O. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's another one. Let's see if I can. Let me go on my thing here. This is what my schedule looks like. Let me using my main
that's right. You have a class, so we can't go forever here. Okay.
Yeah, it have like at 8 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock. I'm sorry. Some of these are called Engu. Let me see. This is reserved. But if they're in Japan, that's Engu Thailand. He's from Thailand. I had somebody from Turkey yesterday. I was like,
okay. Wow.
I've had a lot of doctors, engineers. I had
Oh,
a
wow.
woman yesterday. She's preparing to give a speech for her business over the phone. Yeah, if it says this here in Japan, they don't call it Ingu. They call it DMM, whatever that is. So I know these people are from Japan if it says their name and that. So
Yeah.
and they get to tell, do they want to introduce you? We have some that says they don't want to introduce and go straight to the lesson, which is fine, whatever. And so it's
okay.
that's why I try to think of this as the Montessori model, where the student guides the instruction.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so they want me to be proactive. And there are some that'll put, don't correct my mistakes. I don't know what their goal is, but they're paying for it, so I guess.
They're saying don't correct their mistakes?
Yeah, they don't want you like correcting their mistakes. So I don't know if they just want to just speak in English, or I don't know what their goal is.
So this is adults?
Yeah, mostly there's children and adults. I haven't had any children yet. Only complaints I've heard on their Facebook group are like the children like we get who are, they give you the deer in the headlight looks. They said they get a lot of those still, but they can book, I think up to three classes back to back.
Oh, wow.
So you may get like a very difficult child for an hour and a half and there's no break.
Wow. So do you have to do the whole hour and a half, or can you take a break?
I don't know. I haven't had one of those yet. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And so I think you do have to do the whole hour and a half of content. They give you, if using a news article, there's like a ton of news articles you can do.
Okay.
And it's easy to switch from different lesson to lesson if you want to. So you may do phonics,
So
this, you may do this.
They're cheap.
They are very cheap. Yes, that's one thing. That's the one thing. Watch me get fired. Watch me get fired now.
Are you not allowed to talk about the punny?
I don't know. I read the contract, but I didn't see anything about that part. But they may think, wow,
so they don't advertise how much money they pay.
Well, one thing I've noticed is that they pay native people a lot more, because I've seen like people who are not native who are teaching. They were saying, oh, the pay is $1.50 to $2.06 per hour. I'm like, I get a lot more. It's a lot more than that, but it's definitely not as much as VIP-Kid.
Okay.
And so, but it is easy. Like right now, I'm not worried about just jumping right into it, because I feel like I'm just meeting people. I'm just meeting this person and this person. Sometimes we read an article. Sometimes we talk about it. It's very interesting. So
Rebecca says they offered her $5.
Yeah, that's what they gave me. Yeah, and that's the most I've seen so far. I haven't seen anybody post anything unless they just don't want to post it and get people mad.
Yeah.
And so that's what they've offered.
You should go for out school, because you can get paid a lot more for out school.
I had my application almost finished, and I got to the part of what to teach, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, you can actually do reading. You can do I do knitting. Like I have a class of, sometimes I have 2 kids from the same family. Sometimes I'll have 3 or 4. But to me, for a half hour doing knitting, like the least I'm going to get is 14, because I have the 2 sisters for a half hour.
That's good.
That's more than 5. And that's just
definitely more than 5.
So we made this last time.
Oh, wow.
So this is a little funny.
Anything working with my hands, I do horrible at.
Yeah. But I mean, you could teach reading. You could, like anything that you're already doing, you could just say, this is what I'm going to do. Like, and then you could even do private tutoring for kids that need help with anything. And you could charge, some people charge like $25 for the half hour, but then you only get 70%.
I saw a need for a lot of social skills instruction kind of classes.
Yeah,
when they give those, what parents are requesting. And a lot of like this topic for autism, and that's what one of my specialties is working with children with autism. So I thought about maybe doing like social skills, interacting. How do you know if they're making fun of you or are they laughing with you?
Oh, that's cool. And so,
I saw some requests for that, so I may look into doing one of those.
Make sure on your profile that you put that this is whatever your credentials are. And then
so I thought about doing that first.
Yeah.
So
that would be great.
Jump back to that part.
And you don't have to do a whole full schedule. Like you can do, like I only do knitting one day. Today I have a 1st grade math with baby animals. It's gonna be moving into 2nd grade because they're the same kids. But it's just for fun. It's 1 half hour Saturday morning. you know, and it's not, you don't have to like do tons of classes. So for me, I make like $50 a week on that company right now. But
I've
like
never heard someone say they hated it, so I may do OutSchool.
they hated OutSchool?
No, I've never heard someone say they did OutSchool and didn't like it.
Oh, yeah.
And so I may, I need to.
Well, some people don't like it because, you know, for me, it's hard for me to pin down what's a good time to teach.
Yeah.
You know, what do other people want to do? And it's hard. I get so many things going. It's hard for me to narrow it down. But people who are organized, they do really well.
I'm not very organized. That's why I see people schedule their lives. I was like, well, I can't do that. I don't know if I want to go live at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. I don't know. And so usually it's hard for me to pin down myself too, like that.
Yeah. So, you know, that's the hardest part, I think. But like this summer, we did the camp. Rebecca and I did the camp, and it was really fun. It was tiring, but that was cool because the OutSchool gave us the times, and we just had to fill the time with activities and stuff like that. So it was really fun. And it wasn't forever. It was only for a short period of time. So it was a good experience.
I can do that. I can do short periods.
Yeah. So what state do you live in again? Is it Virginia?
Or no, the better one. That's the West Virginia. Yeah.
West Virginia.
Yeah. Okay. We left them a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I was in Virginia this summer twice, 2 different times. But my sister-in-law, she used to live on the coast near Chesapeake, and then she moved her and her husband across the state. Now they live in the mountains. So it was really pretty.
Oh yeah, I live in the mountains. I have a mountain here and a mountain here.
Yeah.
And a stream and all that. So yeah.
It's definitely a beautiful place. Yeah.
My VIP kids, when we get to the mammal unit, I always tell them about bears coming down to my yard, and they freak out like, what? Oh yeah, sometimes there's bears. Sometimes there's bears, and we have to, and so they get in your trash and all that.
Yeah. Well, I'm in New Hampshire, and I'm a little bit in the country, and I am serious. During a class, I had a fox run through the front yard. Oh. And I was like, moving my computer around because we were on the unit talking about animals. It was so weird.
And the fox came. Oh. I haven't had that luck yet. We have deer, fox, and everything here, so I haven't had that happen to me yet. So I wish it would.
That is really cool. So, do you live like in a house in the mountains, or
it's like community. It is a community and like a little suburb, but it's still like a suburb that will just push down to a mountain. It's more of a valley type. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all of our amenities, and we have all the malls and things like that. Still, it's just mountains around us.
Okay. Yeah. Like where she lives, you have like where her actual house is. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, you go up a little hill, and they built a whole neighborhood on top of the mountain, kind of.
Oh.
So you look out and you see the mountain range there. I've had a few different videos I've done at her house.
Okay, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some places here are like that. Yeah.
It's really
not
pretty.
Mine. Not mine. Mine's not like that.
Yeah. They're doing well over there. It's pretty, but it's a ways from our house. Yeah. So what are your goals for the future?
My goals for the future? Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, they seem to keep changing. I really like my new job is now. Working at the university. I like it a lot. I want to stay there for a while. And I had planned to be on VIP Kid until they shut down. So here we are shutting down.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I'm stay. I like Ingu, but like she said, the pay's not not that great. I wouldn't mind just keeping it if I'm bored. You can keep, as long as you teach at least one class every 90 days, they keep your contract there.
Oh, okay.
And so there's no raises, period. You can be there for 10 years, and whatever you hired with is what you're stuck with. So I may keep that. I don't know. I may venture into OutSchool and love it.
Yeah, you might.
I said, as soon as I make a goal, I change my mind. It's
the greatest thing about OutSchool, I think, is that when you post something that you want to teach, you get your model student for that situation. Like if you post knitting, you get people who want to knit.
Yeah.
If you post, whatever it is, it's not like in a regular school where kids have to have English, they have to have these classes, and they're not really in their major, and they're like,
Yeah.
It's
That's
kind
why
of fun.
that's why I shy away from tutoring, because those kids don't want to be there for tutoring.
I know.
And so they're being forced by their parents to get tutoring. So I don't know if I want to do tutoring right now.
It's hard. It's really hard because like I'm teaching math 6th grade and up, and the kids that are struggling it are the kids that really need more time, but they're the kids who really don't want to put more time into it. So
True.
It's kind of a hard one. So I'm figuring that one out. But I noticed you're getting a lot of subscribers on your channel, so maybe you should venture into private tutoring on your own, like Teacher Tim teaches us. That's kind of what I want to learn.
I may do something. Yeah, I've looked at that too. Sometimes my motivation's there, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, that's the good thing is like with VIP Kid, it's all set up. You open your slots. You don't have to worry about all the background stuff.
Like everyone, I'd say most of the adults I have in Ingu, they ask me, what is all that? So I have to explain why I have this. Because usually I think they want like a plain background, just a plain white or beige background.
You mentioned that in the video.
And so, I did my intro video here, and then they rejected it. They want just a plain white or beige.
Do you do Manicam?
I don't do Manicam. Okay. Some people do. I was looking on their Facebook group. Some people do, and they're fine with that. But
because like Manicam, you can do anything you want.
Yeah. Yeah, most of them, they don't want that. They want you to get in there and they just want you to get in there and work with them and leave. They don't want, that's a live background. People are moving. Is that on Manicam?
Video.
Is that on Manicam? Wow.
It's kind of creepy.
So all those are on Manicam? Wow.
Yeah, and and now's the time to get it because you're in VIP Kid, so you can get the studio version.
So I just do this. I just put my name and my little characters like that.
Oh, is that Manicam?
Yeah, and every time they get a star, I'll go, oh look, Pikachu would dance for you.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's good.
I say, who do you want to dance now? They'll say they want Iron Man to dance. So Iron Man will jump around.
Yeah.
Like that.
So so if you already have Manicam, then you can go to like the virtual background setting.
Okay, I'll have to look through that. I've ventured little by little into it.
Custom one. So like you can pick a picture from, like I have some pictures on my laptop that I can choose.
Oh, and this is something Ingo does not want you to do. They don't want you to put teacher your name. They don't want that period. They're very specific about that.
Okay. Yeah.
If anybody decides to go that route.
Yeah. So so you can do any virtual, like, so you could just do a plain background if you want. Or like I have also one where I have like a New Hampshire picture or a school picture. But like right now I'm not doing a green screen. So that's why I look kind of weird.
Oh.
So sometimes my head's cut off a little bit. And like if you want to show something and you have a green screen, then it's like I can show this, but it gets lost. This is without a green screen, so that's why it's good to have a green screen. But I've never perfected that art. So.
Was it? What's he called himself? Dr. C. Remember him? He would put videos out a lot. What was his name? Charles Clemens.
Okay.
And he would do that a lot. And he would like put something green up, and it would hide it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oops. He would do, oops. I guess I can't show that. And he would put it down. I can't on his channel.
Yeah. So, well, I tried to, when I was doing videos for Go Kid, they did not like a background. So.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. They didn't want a virtual background because they didn't like that if it wasn't perfect, And they didn't like Manicam either. But then they started adding it toward the end. So I think they were just trying things out, and obviously they just completely.
They're doing something. They're doing something different. They asked for people interested in working for them or something on their Facebook page.
They put out a survey or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna. you know, after what they did,
Yeah. They
like,
just
really?
dump you. They just dump
There's
you on the
plenty
side
of
of the
other
road.
companies out there.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah.
They just dropped everybody like a hot potato. And
I was
making
taking a break from
videos
them
for
anyway.
them
So
was not
yeah,
easy.
I wasn't. Oh.
No, they were so picky. Every words were picky. Like one time the lady was like, "Oh, your video was great, except we really don't, you know, your Go Kid tab is a little too big, so you need to make it smaller and put it up to the
Okay.
top." So that means you have to completely redo the video.
And I can imagine they're paying like a ton of money.
No, they paid $30 for one video.
And they wouldn't be all that picky about it. Okay.
And it was I put hours into it. But I felt like I was learning while I was doing it. So I felt like I'm not used to people bossing me around, really. So I thought it was good for me to have to meet someone else's expectations. So I went with it. But like Kelly Tag, she was doing the same thing, and she's like, for $30, I'm not going through all that. She made like one or two, and that was it. But I made like 4 or 5. But they picked them apart. I had to redo them several times, and they still weren't that great. Because I think when you're nervous, you tend to like not be as free about your speech and everything. It's a little more robotic.
I think that's why I think I do better as I'm driving, because I'm not thinking about a lot of things. So I just talk.
Right.
And so that's why sometimes I'll share things I shouldn't share, and have to just swipe that video, delete it. So it's a good thing I'm not live. If I ever get to 1,000, and I think you were talking about that too, getting to 1,000 to be able to do mobile live.
Yeah.
I have to be careful with that.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know, it's kind of nice if you don't have to be tied to your computer.
Yeah.
Although I could carry my computer around, I guess, if I really wanted to, you know, as long as I have a hotspot connected to it. But that's a lot.
Yeah,
and, you know, making a video, like you said, you can cut out things or you can add things and, you know, make it. So I'm just kind of learning, trying to do new things. And I just like to bring on teachers and share, like, you know, a little bit about your VIP kid history and, you know, where you're headed. Because a lot of people are kind of, what do I do now? Like for me, I was planning on, this would be a perfect job when my youngest is 13. So when everything's, you know, I can be on my own. This would be a good job that I could do, even if I, you know, had some problems physically, I guess. You know, you could be home and not have to drive, saves on gas and everything.
Yep.
So I was looking at it for the long term. And now we have to kind of switch gears.
A surprise.
Yeah.
It's I don't, you know, I know people are expecting the best, but I don't see them, you know, keeping all of us. And they keep saying, "Oh, we need teachers. We need teachers." But then are they going to keep us all? You know, I hope for the best.
What do you actually teach at your school? Like what?
I work in the education department.
Okay,
there.
So you actually teach the teachers, kind of.
Yeah. So we teach them. The college I work for, they have elementary and special education. It's a very small university. They have special education degrees that they can do. So I'm training future teachers.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that will kind of be a thing for a while. I just think that ever since I started VIP Kid, I thought I really am thankful for the job, and I'm happy to teach kids in China, but kids in America need a lot of help.
They do.
They need a lot of help.
They do. And I needed a break from this job came at the right time. Yeah. I needed a break from the public school system. It was getting overwhelming. And like you said, there needs to be some changes made, definitely.
Yeah, and so it's getting to be where they're actually happy that the kids don't learn anything.
Yeah, and the wrong people are the wrong people are the loudest right now.
Right.
And so it's the ones making decisions, and I'll definitely.
Yeah, where I am, it's a really country-ish place, and you think it's really innocent and everything, but our community is being targeted like so much. And New Hampshire is, for me, I feel like when I've gone out, I went to college in South Carolina, I lived in Wisconsin for a little while, and nobody knows where New Hampshire is.
Oh,
But
wow.
if like Kelly Tag, she knows
Mhm.
because she's into politics a little bit.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's the first primary state. And
Mhm.
I think that's why we're being targeted
Yeah.
right now. We have a lot of political things, and
Mhm.
we have a lot of like really educated people
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Educated
live around here. And it's
people.
just,
Yeah.
it's our
People. Yeah.
demise, honestly.
People forget about our state too a lot. They even
Yeah,
like
because we think we're in Virginia.
and so you'll hear sport newscasters and everybody it's like and West Virginia University, and they'll say of Virginia, or they'll ask me if I'm traveling somewhere. Oh, do you live close to Richmond? I went, no, that's far.
Oh,
That's far. And they'll forget that West Virginia is a state. I'm
yeah.
like,
So what
did
do
you
you
know?
have in West Virginia besides mountains that makes it amazing?
A lot of it is a lot of like tourism like that with mountains. They'll have
Nature. Yeah.
a major bit like whitewater rafting, a
Hmm.
lot of a lot of nature type. And we have Don Knotts, who was born here.
Okay, well, there you go. That's a good
he's,
one.
he's always the one I go. If you go to Morgantown, there's a statue there of him. I took my picture with him.
Okay,
It's on my
we'll
Facebook.
be there.
He's the one I'll say that. And one of the winners of America's Got Talent was on there too. He's from
Oh,
here, from
okay.
actually my hometown. So.
How far are you from the Ark in Kentucky?
Oh yeah, we not very far. I can't. I know our church took a trip there, like a day trip there one time. What city is that in Kentucky? Noah's Ark in Kentucky. Okay, that's in Williamstown, Kentucky. Let me see. Barbersville to Williamstown, Kentucky. I've never been to it, but I know my mom has in Williamstown, Kentucky. And you could do a day trip there and back. 2.5 hours from where I live.
Okay, that's not too bad.
2.5
Yeah, it was
hours.
about
So.
2 hours from my sister-in-law who lives in Virginia. I think it was
Okay.
2 hours. But yeah, that is definitely worth going to. If you haven't
I'd like
been,
to.
it was we didn't get to stay as long as I would have liked, to browse and everything, but it was pretty amazing. It just like you think about the Ark, you don't think about the detail involved in something like that and the size. It just kind of really gives you that firsthand experience, which is really cool.
Also, so you've been to it.
We went this summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to go to. I need to see. I like road trips like that anyway, so I may just up and go one weekend.
It would be good if you go early and get there,
Yeah.
and then you can go slowly through it. They have the Ark, and then they also have a little zoo, which when we were there, it was kind of limited. It was actually really cold when we were there. We had to go buy sweatshirts for everyone. Yeah, it rained our whole way there in the car while we were driving. When we got there, it was freezing. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
They said that was very unusual. I think it was Memorial Day because it was a holiday. It was also crowded.
Okay.
It was also very crowded. So then I was like, I don't mind the crowd because we'd been isolated for so long. I'm like, good. I'm glad lots of people are coming together,
So yeah, they're where the Memorial Day, it's the end of May. So yeah, I noticed in April and May in this area, it's either sunny, hot, or it could be snowy that year. It could be, you never know what you're getting in this area.
It was really weird weather, but it was awesome. It was definitely worth. My husband found out about it, and he was the one that he was like determined. But it was if it was my idea, he'd be like, I don't know. But when we got there, we were like, definitely.
So are there animals? So are there animals in the Ark? Are they?
They have them like statues and stuff.
Okay.
They have recreations,
Okay.
So they look like animals, but not the real ones. But they have on the side, they have a little zoo where they show you some animals.
I may go there. I need to do that. I keep forgetting about them being there.
Yeah, and they also have like a big theater where you can go in and you can watch a movie on the big screen. There's a lot you can do there. Some people go and do a couple days, like stay in the area
Oh.
and then do a 2-day thing because there's so much to see. And like I would think if I went through the arc once, I could totally even the same day go through it a second time because there's so much detail. Like they tried to put it like this is what you'd have to do to survive.
Oh wow, okay.
It was pretty amazing. Yeah.
Hmm.
I did take a lot of pictures, but and I was going to do a video about it, but you know when you're on vacation everything kind of gets busy. So maybe I'll still pull that up and just to talk about it. But it was really great. As far as being a teacher and you like props, it's like the biggest prop world.
Okay.
And, yeah. And then they have little things where they give you the Bible verses and they give you the reason. Like some things we don't really know for sure, but they said this is the reason why we did this way to show that we think this is how they would have done it. Like they had to store lots of water to feed to you know give the animals to drink. They had to have ways of getting rid of all the waste. They had to have ways of like putting them in cages and everything, and they had to have ways of cooking. They even had like an inside garden where they would grow things for, you know,
these are things that we don't think about.
Yeah.
we just hear the story about the ark and that's it.
Right. We just think, oh, they just put them all in there. And I guess I thought, you know, they put them all in there that every day go to sleep for
30 days.
150 to 200 days.
Yeah.
And then there's no food when they get out. So yeah, it's a lot.
I never think about all that. So
yeah, it's really cool. All right. Well, I know you have the class. Did you want to share anything else?
I don't really know right now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting with me. I've enjoyed.
If they want to go to my channel, just it's random or me talking or.
Okay.
That's all it is right now.
Your name, right?
Yeah, just my name, Jason Cheek.
Jason Cheek. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see it.
You want to go to his channel. I've noticed your viewer count is going up.
It is. Oh wow. Okay.
It's going. Yeah. Well, when you get to 100, you can also customize your URL. Did you do that?
I did that. Yeah, I did that. And if you see my profile picture, looks like someone's hand writing a number. Because I used to teach remedial math, and so my first video was a video of someone else teaching place value, and so YouTube made that my profile picture, and I left it because I thought it was neat.
So that's not even your own hand.
No, that's not even me. I don't know where
that's
just
funny.
Someone in the video I shared with my remedial math students.
Okay.
I left it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.